Hello, hello, hello. I hope you guys can see me and hear me. Thank you for joining this live stream. Yay! Oh my goodness. Hello, Yin. Hello, Deva. Hello, Nanda. Hello, Hitet. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Let's see. So I just decided to pop on here and give you a quick vocabulary lesson. And I thought, so right now in America, there is the election going on between Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden. Hello from Bangladesh. Hello, Classy. Hello. So I thought it was a good opportunity to share with you some vocabulary that they are using a lot in the news and reporting on the election. And some of these words are also going to be very useful for your everyday life. Okay. So maybe some of these words are a little bit advanced, okay? Some words might be a little advanced, but I think it's going to be a good challenge, okay? So, yes. Sajad says, congratulations on winning of Joe Biden. It looks that way. Still don't know for sure. There's a lot of things happening. So a lot of things are up in the air. Do you guys know the term or the expression up in the air? I didn't plan to explain this one. Up in the air. So if something is up in the air, it means that we still don't know what's going to happen. Something is still not decided. It's up in the air. Okay, I think I might have taught this expression in a previous lesson somewhere, but up in the air means we don't know. Nothing is for certain yet. Okay, up in the air. Hello. Okay. So now that we've got some people in the chat, let's go to the vocabulary. So let's see. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so can you see this? It says election vocabulary 2020 US election. Oh, Keen remembers up in the air. Awesome. Okay, you guys are very smart. Okay, so we're going to look at some vocabulary that I've been seeing a lot that is being used in the election. Okay, so first let's look at the vocabulary, and then at the end we're going to read a quick excerpt from an article. Okay, so the first word that we're going to learn, the first phrase is razor's edge. Razor's edge. They are talking about this a lot in the media right now. So if you know what a razor is, if you know what a razor blade, sometimes people shave with razors. And you'll notice that a razor is very, very thin and very, very sharp, okay? And the edge, if you are on the razor's edge, maybe you're balancing from one side to the other, and the razor is very sharp, so a little bit dangerous, right? Okay, so the meaning of razor's edge is we use it to refer to a dangerous position or a position in which two different things are carefully balanced. So right now, you'll see in a lot of articles and on the news, they are saying that this election is on the razor's edge. So it's kind of balancing back and forth. Who is going to win? The Democrats or the Republicans? Biden or Trump. It's going back and forth. Okay. Very, very good. Yeah, close margin. Very good. Okay. So let's take a look at the next word. Okay, we have the expression plow through. Plow through. Does anyone know what plow through means? Plow through. So the spelling is different depending on if you're in America or if you're in England. In the US, we use this plow, P-L-O-W, plow through. Let's see. Oh, Deveshka, I'm always not sure how to pronounce your name, asked, who do you want to win? This is an interesting question. I don't know if I should tell my political stance, but I did not vote for Donald Trump. I did not vote for Donald Trump. Are the words too small? Can you see them? Let's see. How can I make them bigger? Can you see it like this? Is that helpful? Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to discuss who you think is going to win in the comments, go ahead. So plow through. We have plow through here. Plow through means, oops, let's see. Now they don't fit on the screen. Okay, plow through. To finish doing something that takes a long time and is difficult. Okay, to finish doing something that takes a long time and is difficult. So, for example, plow through your homework. I have to plow through my homework. That means maybe your homework is going to take a long time and it's difficult, but you have to get through it. So if you are living in a country with a lot of snow, maybe your country uses a plow. A plow is a type of vehicle that pushes all of the snow. So it's kind of difficult to get through, but you push, and then you can go through. So it's similar with things like homework or work. And for example, a lot of states in America are plowing through lots of ballots. Okay, so Ali asked, isn't it plough, P-L-O-U-G-H? So that's a good point. In England and in many maybe other countries, it's going to be P-L-O-U-G-H. But in America, we're going to use P-L-O-W, plow through. Okay, so let's take a look at the next. Too close to call. So, does anyone know what too close to call means? Does anyone know too close to call? Okay, so too close to call means that it is not possible to predict who will win because it seems likely to be won by only a very small margin. Okay, so right now, the US election is too close to call. We're not sure who will win because the winner will only win by a very small margin, Okay? Very, very good. So, Hitet, can you see the words all right? Should I disappear? If I do this, is it easier to see? Maybe I should do it this way if it's easier to see. So far we learned razor's edge, plow through, too close to call. So the next one, oops. The next one is electoral votes. electoral votes. So electoral votes means each state in America has a certain number of electoral votes. Maybe you don't know a lot about American politics, and that is okay. So you just need to know that each state has a certain number of electoral votes. And an electoral vote is a vote cast by a member of the Electoral College. So you can think that each state has a certain number of points, right? And if you want to be president, you need 270 electoral votes. You need 270 electoral votes to become president. So that's kind of like the point system that we have. Okay? And the next one is legitimate. Legitimate. So if you listen to the pronunciation, this is a flap T, legitimate. We don't say mate. Legitimate. Legitimate. So legitimate, if you've listened to my other lessons today, legitimate means by the book. By the book. So conforming to the law or to rules. So doing things legitimately, doing things by the book. You follow the law or you follow the rules. Okay? And I think we have one more word today, and that is tally. Tally. And to tally something as a verb, to tally something, means to calculate the total number of something. Okay, to calculate the total number of something. So I'm going to show my face again. I hope you guys can still see. Okay, so let's see. We have a tally. So for example, if you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you are tallying up a number. Okay. Legitimate. Is legitimate an adjective? Yes, it is an adjective. Very good. Oh, Keena said, I want Joe Biden to win. I don't know why. So you don't know why you want him to win? Maybe I think a lot of people just don't want Trump to win, right? We'll see. Okay. So next, we're going to do a little bit of reading. It's very, very short, just a small section of an article that I found. So let's see. We're going to use all of these vocabulary that we learned, okay? So hopefully you understand these words. If you have a question, please ask me. Okay. So Devaska asked, totally and tally, are they the same? No, they are totally different words, totally different. So totally means like, if you say totally, it means really. Total could mean everything combined together. Like the total of 1 + 1 is 2. But tally is another word for like counting, tally. Okay, so maybe if you go, if you're counting, you maybe make tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is tally. Okay, good question. Yeah, tally versus count, they're very similar. So tally just means calculating the total number of something. So counting is very, very similar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tally, maybe you're marking. Usually we use tally with like marking something. Okay. Oh, and really quick, Muhammad Ali has another question. What's the difference between I need to go and I need to get going? They're basically the same. I would say I need to go is more direct. So if you're talking with someone and, sorry, I need to go, maybe it sounds like very direct. But if you say, oh, sorry, I need to get going, it's kind of maybe a softer way of saying, goodbye, I need to leave now. Good question. Okay, so let's look at the reading really quick. And then if you have questions, I can answer them. So I'm going to read this out for you. Please listen and follow along and see if it makes sense. Okay? The presidential race between President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden remains on a razor's edge as election workers in key states continue to plow through mail-in ballots. It's still too close to call a winner, as Joe Biden is nearing 270 electoral votes. President Trump claims some legitimate tallying efforts should stop. Okay. Do you understand? Oh, Anna, no problem. No problem. We just started reading, but we've already gone through everything about the vocabulary. Let me go back once really quick. So we learned razor's edge. Razor's edge. So you'll often hear in the media now, the election is on a razor's edge. And that means it's in a dangerous position or in a position in which two different things are carefully balanced. So Biden or Trump, okay? To plow through something means to finish doing something that takes a long time and is difficult. So plow through your homework. It might take a long time and it might be difficult, but you need to get through. You need to do it. Too close to call means it is not possible to predict who will win because it seems likely to be won by only a very small margin. So right now, the election is too close to call because we don't know who will win. And when they win, it'll be by very small points. Electoral votes. These are votes cast by a member of the Electoral College. So each state has a certain number of points, which are electoral votes. Then we need, for the president, to become president, you need 270 electoral votes, okay? Legitimate means by the book. It means conforming to the law or to the rules. And tally means calculating or counting the total number of something. So let me just reread this and let me answer your questions, okay? The presidential race between President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden remains on a razor's edge. So this means the race for president is on a razor's edge. It's balancing back and forth. A razor is very thin and very sharp. We don't know which way it's going to go. As election workers in key states, these are the important states that we need to count, continue to plow through mail-in ballots. Ballots are the votes. So a lot of people had to mail in their votes, mail in their ballots. So election workers have to count them. So it takes a long time and it's quite difficult and tiring. So we can say they need to plow through mail-in ballots. It's going to take a long time, but they need to do all of them. Then it's still too close to call a winner. So we don't know who is going to win. As Joe Biden is nearing 270 electoral votes, these are the points that the president needs. President Trump claims, so he's saying, he's wanting some legitimate tallying efforts should stop. So he claims some legitimate tallying efforts should stop. So remember, tallying means counting. What are we counting? We're counting the mail-in ballots. And we're using the adjective legitimate because legitimate tallying efforts, right? So legitimate means by the book. So even though these counting of the ballots is legitimate, it is correct, it is following the rules, President Trump is claiming these efforts should stop. Okay? So, is this understandable? Do you have any questions? Okay. Right. Anna says, but the judges didn't allow to stop the counting. Yeah, as far as I know, I think the counting is still continuing. Ali asked, mail-in ballots meaning. So mail-in ballots, the ballot is the vote, the vote. So for example, I live in Japan. So I requested a ballot. A ballot is just a paper and it says Donald Trump or Joe Biden. And I had to vote on a ballot. And then I had to send my ballot by mail, through the mail. So mail in means you sent it in the mail. Okay? Okay, let's see. So, legitimate tallying should be stopped. Doesn't Trump want elections to proceed by the book? I think he doesn't want it to proceed by the book, actually. I think what he's requesting is very out of the ordinary. It's not by the book. Okay. Anna said, for example, PA now have 20 electoral votes. Yes, but Nevada only has 6 electoral votes. The electoral votes depend on the population of that state. Yes, very, very good. I think Anna knows a lot about the US election. Yeah, every state has a different number of electoral votes. For example, my hometown is in Wisconsin. Wisconsin has 10 electoral votes. So Wisconsin was called for Biden. Biden won Wisconsin, so he got 10 points, 10 electoral votes. Okay. So Devaska said, too close to call and difficult. Are they the same? So difficult just means something is hard, right? Too close to call especially specifically refers to winning something. So, sorry. Here's your you restated your question. Difficult to announce. So difficult, yeah, it could be difficult to announce. Too close to call means that you still don't know who the winner is, who is going to win. So you can't predict who's going to win. I hope that was understandable. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Which one is correct to write? Sorry, which are you referring to? Yes, that is not legal when he tried to stop counting the votes. Yes, I don't really understand why he wants to stop the legitimate count tallying, because if he stopped it now, he would lose because he's behind. Yes, very good. Difficult to determine. Excellent. Good job. Okay, so does everyone understand this article? Was it okay? Understandable? Do you have any questions on it? If you do, you can ask me. Okay, so I'm going to switch back to just me. Hello. And then I'll answer some of your questions, okay? Ali asked, which one is correct? She provided me some grammar lessons, or she provided me with some grammar lessons. Number 2 is correct. She provided me with something. So provide someone with something. She provided me with some information, for example. Okay, very, very good. What is the difference between read and read out? So if you read something, you can read in your head, right? So if I read something on my phone, it doesn't mean I speak it out, right? So if you read something out loud or read something aloud, you're using your voice to read. Okay? Yes. Only when he has the proof. Proof is uncountable. When he has the proof of cheating, uncounting, then you can stop it. That is correct. So I don't think he has any proof right now. We'll see. Oh my goodness. Okay, very good. So I hope these were understandable. I'll put them back on the screen one more time. So here. Okay, so remember, razor's edge is something is balancing between two things. It could be a little bit of a dangerous situation. Plow through to finish doing something that takes a long time and is difficult. This one we often use in our daily life, right? So if you, for example, if you plow through some food, that means you eat it all up, or you have to plow through some homework, you have to plow through your taxes, something that takes a long time and is difficult. And then too close to call, we also use this whenever we're talking about a race. It is very hard to predict who will win. Electoral votes, this is very much only for the election. Okay. And then legitimate means by the book, conforming to the law or to rules. This one you'll often hear in different situations, maybe not in daily conversation, but it's a good one to know. And last one, tally, or sometimes we say tally up, means counting the total number of something. So let me tally up how many coffees we have left in the back room, for example. Okay, very, very good. Okay. Let's see. I'll answer some questions. Okay, so really quick, what does changes in demographic mean? So that is a very, very good question. Your demographic are the people who you are targeting, right? So change in demographic could mean that people's interests have changed, or if we're talking about the election, maybe I think they were talking about Joe Biden and a demographic change in that more suburban women were going out and voting, more white, maybe middle class women were supporting Joe Biden, which usually white middle class, they might support Trump, right? They might be Republican. So change in a demographic means people's target is changing, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay. What is the difference between hardly had or barely had? So hardly. Both mean a little, right? Both mean a little. So I hardly had anything to eat today. It means I ate only a little bit. And if you say I barely had anything to eat today, it means the same thing. I think there is a significant difference somewhere. Barely, hardly. I can't think of a good example off the top of my head. They mean just or not very much, okay? So, for example, I wouldn't say I barely passed the exam, though. I wouldn't say I barely passed, or sorry, I would say I barely passed the exam. I wouldn't say I hardly passed the exam. So there is somewhat of a difference, right? Okay. Oops. What does there will be a swing away mean? So maybe if you're talking about the election, there are some swing states. So sometimes they're Republican, sometimes they're Democratic. They swing back and forth. So, for example, in the election this time in Ohio at first looked like it was going to go to Joe Biden. It was blue in the beginning. However, as more votes came in, as they tallied up more votes, it swung away to the Republican Party. It went towards Trump. It went red. Okay. Okay. What does only 700 votes down mean? So, if you mean there are only 700 votes down, it means that you've only counted or completed 700 votes. Or if you're saying there's only, we're down to 700 votes, that means there's 700 votes left. Okay. So, only 700 votes down means only 700 votes completed. Down to 700 votes means there's only 700 left. Okay, so it's the opposite meaning. Okay. Let's see. Yes, good job, Anna. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so many questions. What country are you in? Your election is near. Are you voting? Do you get to vote in your election? Okay. Stana said she heard them, or she heard them on the news. I see. Yeah, so it's probably referring to the election. Very good. Sniffling a bit of blue wave, or sniffing. Is it sniffing? I can't see. My screen is too small. Sniffing a bit of the blue wave. So when they're talking about the blue wave or the red wave, they're talking about blue means Biden. It's the Democratic Party. Red is Trump, the Republican Party. So on the map, you can see there's blue states and there's red states. And if there is a blue wave, that means maybe blue is going to overtake some states. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so many comments. Okay. Myanmar. Election voting is coming up on November 8th. Wow, it's very similar, very close. Yes, blue wave mean the win for the Democratic Party. Yeah, if it's a blue wave, it means the Democratic Party is going to take over a lot of states. Very, very good. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh, we've been on for 33 minutes. So long. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this live stream. Thank you so much for participating. I hope that you can remember these words, and if you see any other words on the news or something regarding the election, you can write them in the comments, and I will try and reply to you if you have a question. Okay. So if you hear or see something in the news and you're like, what does that mean? For example, purple state means that it's going back and forth between red and blue, right? So if you mix red and blue together, you get purple. So you might hear things like that on the news, a purple state. What is a purple state? It's one that is undecided. It's on the razor's edge, okay? Very, very good. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing it with your friends also. That's awesome that we are growing our community. Okay, so thank you so much, and I will see you guys for our next lesson. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. I will see you, and maybe we can talk about who is the actual winner of the election next time. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.